まあベロニカのね、お仲間の BOS のここは秘密基地みたいな隠れ家みたいな感じかな。サソリがそこら辺にいるけど、それじゃあ失礼します。
I'd like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce this time.
We gave you a password, Veronica. It's for your safety.
I know where you live, Ramos. Open up.
Opening up. Welcome back, Veronica.
じゃあ失礼するよ。
Listen up. I'm in charge of security around, and I can't say I'm too happy about having an outsider waltzing around. But since you came in with Veronica, I'm inclined to cut you a little slack. Just behave yourself, and we won't have any problems, okay? Oh, and the Elder's going to want to talk to you. He's on the second level. Just take a right once you get down there. My office is right here in case you need anything. Just ask for Ramos.
随分足音大きいですね。
カットしよう。
はいどうも。
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
When Paladin Ramos informed me that Veronica was approaching with an outsider in tow, at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here, though you'd remain Veronica's responsibility. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us?
なんだい?
Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them.
パトロールの一帯をすでに見つけていたようだ。どのパラディンも死んでいたよ。どこで見つけたかあんまり覚えていないが、まあ一応そう言ってみようか。
While that is disheartening news, there remains hope that the other 2 patrols may still be found alive.
まあ可能性は捨てきれないよね。まあいい。探してやろうか。
I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map once you get to the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you.
それじゃあそこに、まあ行ってみるか。
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Harden. I'm the head paladin of this chapter. I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say?
終わった。続けろ。
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations.
ダメじゃん。
And all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed.
ベロニカのことはどうなんだ。自由に行き来できているようだけど。
Veronica's a special case. She handles the procurement of supplies. If we didn't let her and those like her back in, we'd all starve. If the Elder could manage it, he'd shut them out as well. And all in the name of security. Which is why we need to replace him.
作戦は
I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me. Which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it?
何ができるか考えてやろう。
That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well.
あんたは彼が正しいかもしれないと考えていたのか。
Have you considered that he might be senile? The Brotherhood's strategy for survival worked back when we had a larger force and no organized enemies. We're a tiny splinter from a shrinking group. We don't take on new members, but we're still picking fights with the big boys.
善意でもブラザーフットを死に追い立てることを正当化はできない。
No, but it does make it easier to forgive him. He's just misguided.
本当にござる？
It's not too late to change his mind.
あんたエルダーが本当に耳を傾けると思っているのか？
He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it.
どうやれば彼の気持ちを変えられると思う？
I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets his attention is technology. Huh. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea.
誰？
Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it.
それで何を達成しようとしている？
That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legions. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members. Look at the followers of the apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide.
行くぞ。
I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
ロキ満々じゃん。
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
ひどい言われようだ。
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes.
そう。
Morning. The word came down from the Elder that I'm to offer you some of our lesser wares. As if I didn't have other matters on my mind. If you must know, my inventory check this week shows that our weapon count is one short. Somehow we're missing a laser pistol. Hardin will have my head if I don't find that weapon soon. I can't delay my report to him any longer.
探してきてやろうか。
If you happen to find it, bring it here right away. I might be able to throw a few supplies your way if you do.
Welcome to the range. Feel free to use any open lane.
行方不明の武器について何か知らないかな。
Torres must be getting desperate if she's accepting help on this one. I'll tell you what I told her. My records show that Initiate Stanton was the last to check it out, but checked it back in a day later.
Situation. Yes, can I help you?
お前か。あなたは亡くなったレーザーピストルを最後に貸し出したそうですね。
Oh man, I told Watkins this wasn't going to work. Look, Watkins and I snuck out one day. She said it'd be a training exercise. Said she heard from a guy on one of the patrols that there was a gulch just southeast of here with scorpions in it, and that we had to check it out. There were scorpions out there, all right. We started using them for target practice, but before we knew it, the damn things were all around us. So we made a run for it, and in all the commotion, I dropped my pistol. Watkins keeps urging me to go back and get it, but that's not going to happen. You can go outside though, can't you? You can return the pistol to Torres and clear this whole thing up for me.
なぜ記録で銃が戻っていたことになっていたんだ。
Oh, I sort of altered the records after we got back. That was Watkins' idea too. That girl is nothing but trouble. Still, I haven't been exiled yet, or worse, assigned to latrine cleaning duty. But I will if you don't help me find that gun. Great. When you find it, just turn it into Torres and I'll be in the clear. He was handed.
If you're planning to take Veronica along, be sure to have a good pair of earplugs with you. I'm kidding, Veronica. Put the power fist down.
Adventure aside.
Hey! あ、これか。
いただきます。
なんだ。よし、見つけた。ここだ。
Have you found it? I need to give my report to Hardin.
持ってきたぞ。
Oh, thank God. Hardin was about to start an inquiry into the whole affair, and more than a few heads would have rolled as a result. Since you helped me, I'll tell you what. I work on some of our busted weapons in my spare time, so I have a few pieces that are kept off the books. Here, take this. I hope it comes in handy. Later.
エルダーからの依頼と、まあ、ベロニカと、先にエルダー直々に依頼された方をやるか。おっと、これは良くないな。おっと。 2体。仕留めた。何これはちょっとひどいな、放射能。やばいやばい。放射能が。さて、もう一箇所は結構遠いな。
カットしよう。
Whoa there, pal. You better slow down, or you'll get blown up like the rest of the idiots who thought they'd scavenge in Boomer territory.
上司。
Now that I've got your attention, might you be interested in a little information? It'll cost you, but it's well worth the investment.
私に話してもいいぞ。そうでなければ私の靴の下から話すこともできる。
Whoa, simmer down. I'll tell you, I'm a gambler and a scavenger. I've made some cash from gambling and some cash from reclaiming goods that are no longer being used. Now, do you want my help or not?
警告ドーム。標識の先には何がある？
Oh, lordy, lordy. You haven't heard of the Boomers? What rock have you been living under? They're a bunch of artillery-slinging, grenade-lobbing odd jobs camping out in Nellis. Wander into their territory and you're as good as mincemeat.
通り抜ける方法は？
There is a way, and I'll tell you. For a little wager.
賭け。まあ聞くだけ聞いてみよう。
Well, I know the secret to get past. If you give me the caps, I'll tell
キャッ
you.
プね。
If you make it back alive, I'll double your money.
300キャップもない200でどうだ？
All right, I suppose I can cut you a deal, but not a cap lower. I gotta make a living here. Okay, here you go. That page has the details, but it's all in the timing as you move from building to building.
まあそうだろうね。
I'll be here watching, so I'll know if you've made it to the gate or not. Remember, I'll pay double your wager if you make it back.
一応メモ見るか。砲撃を避ける鍵は町の正門に向かって北西側の建物から建物へと進んでいくこと。2つの建物の北東の角にある高い壁に張り付き、それから門へ一直線に向かい、ブーマーたちは、味方を撃たないのでゲートにたどり着くまでフェンスに張り付いている。南からエリアに入れる古い鉄道用トンネルもあるが、安全というには誰も戻ってきた者はいない。
ちょっと早くしていいですか？
うちさ。苦情なんだけど。はいですね。カットしよう。
Hold it right there.
バ
Don't
レ
you
ちゃっ
move.
た。バレちゃった。
How the hell did you survive that bombardment?
簡単だ。走る、隠れる、走る、タイミングが全てだ。
But I had you zeroed in the whole time. Nobody's that fast. Move a muscle now and I'll blow you to pieces.
攻撃するために来たんじゃないんだよ。
Then just stay where you are. Raquel will be here any second.
I'll take this from here.
なんかベロニカみたいな見た目だけど。
I'm Raquel, Master at Arms for the Nellis homeland. Mother Pearl, our eldest, wishes to speak to you.
マスター・アット・アームスとは何だ？
I oversee the security of the Nellis homeland, from the coordination of its defense to the training and fitness of its population.
つまりこの会話をしているということはあんた仕事にしくじったんだな。そうだろう。
I wasn't the one firing the howitzers. If you want to see how good I am at killing savages, I can show you.
冗談だって。
Or you can accept Mother Pearl's invitation. It's your choice.
マザーは誰だ？
As I said, she is our eldest. Mother Pearl has lived at Nellis from the start, and has the wisdom of her age. She said that this day would come, and that any savage to reach our gate should be brought to her.
じゃあまあ、先導してくれ。
Follow close, and mind your behavior.
Welcome, child. Took your sweet time getting here, didn't you? I've been waiting a good 5 years for an outsider to come along and visit.
本当？私を予期してたっていうのか？予言か何かか？
Prophecy? Do we look like a bunch of religious idiots? I just hoped a savage, outsider, sorry, would make it to our gates before one of those armies out there comes knocking. That's right, child. Mother Pearl knows a storm is gathering. Times are changing. Maybe time for us to change a little too.
何をすれば？
Oh, so many ways. Small ones to begin with, so we can get used to what it's like to have a outsider around and about. Should that go well, maybe you can help in big ways too. We'll have to see.
隠し事をしたまま信頼し合えるとでも？
You have to keep in mind that you're our first contact with the outside world since I was barely a woman. Seclusion has kept us safe, but the world around us is changing. Neon lights in the distance, patrolling robots, soldiers. My youngers think our guns can keep out the world, but I think we need to let it in just a little, or become its victim. You're that little bit of the world, child. Welcome to Nellis.
どこから始めれば？
You picked a good time to stop by, for we're swimming in problems. My youngers can tell you all about it. Raquel could use help with the bug problem. Doc Argyle has wounded he's tending to. And Loyal and Jack might be looking for help with some repairs. Or you could just go see Pete at the museum and hear the story of our people. All you have to do there is listen. Come and go as you like, help or don't help, I leave it up to you. But I hope you'll show my youngers that not every outsider needs to be blown up.
Wouldn't say
Do
no
me
to
a
a
favor.
stim pack.
Make sure they bury me. Nice. Dress.
まあね、とりあえずエルダーから頼まれてたホロテープの回収は済んだけど、なんか成り行きでこのネリス空港だかにね、来ちゃったけど、まあ今晩はね、ここで一晩明かさせてもらって、そしたら明日はヘリオス湾に行こうかな。